You can see Ryan in the highly anticipated HBO series Lovecraft Country from creator Jordan Peele and executive producer J.J. Abrams. He is one of the featured school kid dancers in the award-winning Childish Gambino music video This Is America, which has garnered nearly 700 million views as of 2020. He was a contestant and part of the Big Battle dance crew on Nickelodeon's Lip Sync Battle Shorties, and more recently as a Hype Squad dancer on Disney's Fam Jam. He has also been a part of several dance concept videos, including the viral US video that got the attention of Jordan Peele.
All right. Well, thank you, Dorian. And again, hey, everybody, and welcome, Ryan. So glad you were able to join us tonight. How's it going, man?
Good. How are you?
Doing great, doing great. Well, we've been hearing about equity and diversity and inclusion. And as a young star, we value your perspective and really want to learn from you. Assisting me is my brother from another mother, Kevin Young. Hey, Kevin, how's it going, man?
It's going great. How are you today, Jay, and everyone?
Doing good. Doing good, good. So what we really want to understand from you, Ryan, and we'll go back and forth with just a few questions. What we really want to understand your perspective, such as we celebrate your accomplishment, but we really want to learn from that. And the idea here is that we want to learn how to better value talent that we see on a daily basis in our communities, in our offices, in our environments, at our schools. You came through some school somewhere. You knew people somewhere before you had 750 million views. There was something, you interacted with some people. So can you just tell us a little more about yourself and what made you get into professional dancing and acting?
Well, my name is Ryan Hill. I'm 16 years old. I'm a senior in high school. And really what got me into theater, acting, dancing is I started off at Amazing Grace Conservatory run by Wendy Raquel Robinson. And from there, I just knew that I loved performing. And really the biggest motivation was seeing people laugh and seeing people smile and clap and the applause after performance. And it just gave this feeling every time I was on stage that no other activity matched. And so I just continued to do it.
Okay. All right. All right. Sounds like you had a great work ethic. Where'd you get that from?
Definitely my parents, for sure.
Okay. Now, Kevin is an HR professional and an expert. In the working world, HR has a whole bunch of new names these days, one of which is performance management, et cetera. But Kevin, maybe are there any perspectives that you would want to highlight or ask Ryan about young people and work ethics and how to harness it, where to find it, what's important, et cetera?
Yeah, a lot of companies do miss out on that valuable asset because of laws and things like that. But do you think that there's a shortage of jobs for younger folks to obtain right now? And do you have any idea of what might be causing that? Because the old cutting grass kind of thing with the lawnmower and the little 50-cent thing is not happening anymore. So what's your perspective on what young people are doing to earn money, and where are the challenges for that?
There's definitely a shortage in young people in the entertainment, because specifically for shows, you see like 20-year-olds, adults playing high schoolers in shows like On My Block and like a whole bunch of shows. And it's like, okay, like you're competing against adults in these auditions. And so it's kind of hard for kids who are competing against adults. And so also you see in the character breakdown, it goes 18 and up to play younger. And so you never know which way they're going. And, you can go into the room and you can totally change what they do, but it really just depends on the casting director.
How do you find out about the opportunities? How would you tell one of your cohorts about opportunities that could exist, and how would you network with them to be sure they had an opportunity?
I have an amazing team. I am with Pantheon Talent with Nick Roses and Chris Giovanni with CGEM Talent. And so pretty much they send me emails or send me and my mom emails, and we get the script, the breakdown, character breakdown. And then from there, I go with my acting coach, Deanna Yarbrough. And, I've learned a lot from her about breaking down a script, and then I film it and send it out, or we go into the room, but haven't been doing that, of course, recently, or we do Zoom auditions. So.
Okay.
So that auditioning process, has the process been more inclusive, or is it less inclusive? Like, is there real diversity there, or do you see a lot of separate, like segregation, hierarchy, big I, little you? What's that process like in terms of inclusivity? Is it open to anybody?
I think it's separate, and also you get character breakdowns, and then much as when it says like preferred age, it also says what ethnicity they're looking for. But usually it's usually open ethnicity or looking for all ethnicity. But again, you can tell from the character breakdown on which way they're trying to go. But again, it just depends on whatever you're going, whatever you put in the room, and whatever you put in your audition that can change their mind.
Wow. So as a young person, how hard is it to be professional in that way? Like, to look at that and digest it? Is it just you accept it as reality? How do you handle something so heavy?
There's definitely mental toughness, and specifically in the dance world, the younger dancers teen and younger dancers are usually looked as unprofessional because, the adult dancers have been doing this for years. And so there's been a lot of opportunities for the young dancers for, Nickelodeon and Disney, and, adult dancers don't really see us as where they are, I think. And, but yeah, I definitely learned to have mental toughness and just, take it with a grain of salt and just keep pushing and do me. And I've learned that through all the different teachers that I've been with.
I was impressed that you said you were already a senior in high school at 16.
Yeah, like 16, you ain't supposed to be a senior until you're 18, right?
Yeah, and you're definitely, your presence is phenomenal. Just to be 16, I commend you. So that leads to my work-life balance kind of question. I mean, I played ball, and I played a little bit of ball, and it consumed me. How do you keep your craft from consuming the rest of your life, or is that the way you want
it? I'm in theater in school as well, so I just make sure to balance everything, because I always make sure to do my homework first, and then if I wanted to go to dance class, got to finish my homework first. So I've stuck with this quote with me: you have to do what you want to do. You have to do what you have to do so you can do what you want to do. And of course, my parents aren't playing like that, so definitely have to make sure I get the schoolwork done first, and then do what my passion is after that.
Ryan, whenever you as you broken into a very tough industry, and you broke in and you're like 700 million views, and you got the HBO, you got the TV, the movies and stuff. It could seem like all eyes are on you. It could seem like they are, and in some cases they are. How do you handle that? Like, do your teachers treat you like you're famous? Like, do you, do you walk around like how is it when all eyes are on you like that? Because as the other students that are here, when we show up in our offices, sometimes the things that we say put all eyes on us. So we want to learn from you as a professional. How does it feel? How do you handle that?
It's really you just have to stay humble and continue doing you. Like, you're the same person. You're just going on auditions and having these opportunities. And, I still got to make my bed. I still have to do chores and all that. Nothing changed. I just have all these opportunities, and I'm grateful for them.
All right. So tell us, how can our audience stay in touch with you? And let us know what's coming up next.
You can stay in touch with me on my Instagram, which is Rhyan Hill, which is RHYAN. My mom spelled it like that, put an H in there. Rhyan Hill _, on Instagram. And then I'm also on TikTok, which is just Rhyan Hill.
Hold on. What is TikTok?
TikTok is pretty much just like you can just post funny content on there. You can post dance content. It's just like a video making app, pretty much.
All right.
Jay, next time we get together, honey, I'll show you.
Thank you. We need to add that to the Institute.
I told you we were going to be hanging out with old people. I didn't tell you how old we really were on the call tonight.
I just turned 40, y'all, and I feel it already.
Well, we're gonna open it up for just a couple of minutes. Does anybody? I have a question for Ryan. I'm gonna ask first, selfishly. But if you have a question, you can post it in the chat. We'll ask it for him, or raise your hand and we can ask this. But Ryan, I am so impressed, and I see your mom's on the phone, and if she wants to pop in and answer this question too, I follow you because I'm always really impressed. Number one, by the roles you choose, like the roles that you've been in. You've been in some historic roles. How did you, like, is that a choice, number one, or how has that come about where, for those of you who are not familiar with his work, the Childish Gambino video was a response video to the Dylan Roof situation that actually happened in South Carolina. So that was a pretty prestigious video. It really impacted our history. It really was a piece of equity advocacy in itself, that work. And then in this new role, and I'm on episode 3, so I'm catching up, Ryan. But in this new Jordan Peele horror flick, like, you play this character that is likened to Emmett Till. How did that come about? How important is it for you to do these kind of roles? Is this something that you and your mom are cultivating? How is it happening?
Again, just from management and the team, agents and managers, we get the auditions, and we had no idea for This Is America. We went to the audition and we had no idea who the artist was for, and they just said, we're gonna do these dance hall and Afrobeat type moves, and we went in the room and did that. And when we got casted, we still didn't know, and we were just, we're trying to, me and the other 3 dancers were trying to figure out who the artist would be, and we just couldn't make it out. And when he finally walked in the room, we're like, wow, this is crazy. And we had no idea how huge it was going to impact us, but they just told us to keep smiling and to dance, because there's all this chaos happening. Someone was falling off a cliff, there was running in the background, and they just said, oh, just keep smiling and dance. And we're like, okay, we're doing that. And we had no idea what was going on. And then for Lovecraft Country, kind of the same thing. I had no idea who I was actually playing until like all these theories came out on Twitter and on the internet. And I was like, wow, I didn't even notice that. And pretty cool to play such an iconic and legendary character in both of those projects. So.
Okay, any questions? So we're trying to have really great guests, but we're trying not to promote those guests on the folding chair because I really want my equity advocates to get tickets. So we didn't tell anybody who you were until like maybe an hour before the thing, because we really wanted people to come because they really wanted to learn about equity advocacy. But if you have a question or anything, feel free to definitely ask, or if you just want to say something, this is your chance.
Say something really quick.
Sure.
This is his mom. Hi, you guys. Thank you so much for having him. The question you just asked about how he does these roles, me and his dad were like, when you sit back and look at it, it's like his agents and his managers know, they sent him out on all kinds of stuff, but for these 2 things to really stick, it just says to us that, every time it's another step for him to be, in that Black iconic role and to be talked about, because the next day after even Lovecraft, it was all over social media. So it feels good to be able to, to represent and to not even know what's happening, but God has put him in these different roles definitely for a reason. So, he wants to do Disney and, those kind of things, and maybe those will come. But I think from the things that he has done that have stuck, I just feel like God has a bigger plan. And me and his dad just, we push him, and we're very proud of the fact that, he's definitely showing up for the Black community.